Hey guys, long time no talk. It is November 26th for me right now. It will be the 29th? The 29th for you guys. I'm sorry if my voice is still not great. When we went on our trip, I got very sick with a sinus and chest cold kind of infection thing, and it's finally lifting, but might hear me sniffle, and if I cough, I'm so sorry. I will of course say excuse me as we go, but this video is basically kind of letting you guys know what's been going on with me in November and why I decided to take a little break. It's the end of October was probably one of the last times you guys actually heard from me or saw a video from me other than the trip vlog. And we had a problem with our neighbor. I told you guys about that again in the savings video, and I'm over it. I really am. We haven't had any problems with them since, but I said this in September. Well, I said this in October as well, right before that happened. Our landlord is working with us. She is letting us, or has let us, see a few different places. The first place is just it's just way too close to where we're living right now. It's literally right behind. Somebody already rented it. I'm happy for them. If it works for their family, great. It wouldn't work for us, mainly because it is literally 2 steps away. We don't have a backyard in the apartment. It's basically the land that it would go to the trailer. So the other place that's coming available is in the neighborhood that I wanted it to be in, but there's challenges there as well because their kitchen doesn't have, let me tell you, does not have any cabinets. It has literally two shelves that they put up on the wall, but they put it above the stove, and there's no underneath cabinets. There's no overhead cabinets or even counter space in that kitchen, and they want $600 a month for it, which for this area is pretty expensive. And so we're definitely not getting that one. There's another trailer that is available. It's all their stuff is 3-bedroom, and I'm like, we don't need that much space, but we're still gonna go look at it. It's close to here, but more set back to the side. And so we may go see that on tomorrow. It's locked, which is good because sometimes they don't lock stuff up. So we're really thinking about moving in a bigger, deeper way now. Especially since I got my raise in hours, and the next time my dad gets reevaluated, I will likely get even more hours. So the other thing that happened was with my grandfather. I know I've talked about him and how it helped mom and everything. I can tell you the whole backstory, which was in February of this year. My mom had gone back over to my grandpa's house on a Sunday. She usually visits we visit Monday through Saturday, and Sunday would be like just stay at home day. And I'm going to be moving these around just so you guys have a different viewpoint. Anyway, she went over on a Sunday to bring him some food, and she noticed he was very yellow. And she called me and told me about it. And I was like, well, Mom, that might mean that he has a liver problem or something going on with his liver, so you need to call the doctor on Monday. Well, being Grandpa, he decided to wait a little bit and just to see if it would go away. He waited about a week, and then, which is good because usually he'll wait about a month. And he went into the doctor. They ordered some tests and everything, and come to find out he had pancreatic cancer, which is very aggressive. It is, especially when you're older like he is. It's, he's 78 when he gets diagnosed with it. They're like, chemo, we can't give you full doses of chemo. We can't take the pancreas out. It's a dangerous surgery for anybody, especially somebody that's as old as what you are. So he decided to do chemo. They started chemo, I think, in April, and he did most of his rounds of chemo. I think he did 80% of the rounds, and it started really catching up with his body. So he became more and more weak. And the last time he was in the hospital was, I think, in September or August, I remember telling you guys. And he just never really recovered from that. So on Halloween, his nurse came to the house. He had a nurse that would come to the house twice a week to check his blood pressure and vitals and like let the doctors know stuff like if there's something going on with him or whatever. And she came in and my mom was telling her about how my grandpa was hallucinating a lot worse. And so she told my mom that what she recommended was hospice care, because my grandpa didn't want to go to the doctors anymore. He couldn't, and he didn't want to anyway. So hospice care was like the next best thing. So she explained a little bit to my mom what hospice care was and decided to let his primary care doctor know. So mom explained to grandpa what it was, and this was on Halloween. Like I said, this was on Halloween. So my grandpa's response immediately was, well, I guess they don't think I have a lot of time left. And my mom's like, well, no, that's not what it means. It means that, you know, if you go into hospice care, you're going to have somebody that's coming in to help you with your therapy every day. That's going to help manage your pain. That's going to help me out. Because my mom and my aunt were doing everything, like everything in the house, everything that needed to be cleaned. They were cleaning. They were helping grandpa with everything, feeding him. And it takes a toll on a person to do that, especially when you don't have training to do it. So, mom got a call from my grandpa's doctor, and he was like, yes, I will do anything and everything we can to do hospice care, but I would like him, me and my grandfather, to make that decision for himself if he's lucid enough to do it, because hallucinations and everything. So they were waiting till Friday when the nurse came back to ask her some more questions about it, but it was pretty set that they were going to do hospice care. On November 2nd, it was my mom's birthday. I remember that day, of course. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it was kind of seared in my brain. I went over to the house like I normally did, helped her in the morning, brought her birthday cake and everything. And, you know, everything was fine. I told my grandpa when I left, you know, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, like I always do. And he said, okay, babe, I'll see you tomorrow. And I told mom, you know, go ahead, get dressed and stuff. Jay and I will meet you for lunch at this place here in town for her birthday. And so we went. We had a nice time. Mom was telling me that grandpa was hallucinating in between the time I left and the time that she left. And in that time, he was wanting to go bear hunting. And we're like, well, that's one of the more fun hallucinations he's had. He wanted to go bear hunting. And of course, we didn't think too much of it because lucidity comes right back on. So, mom, after we had lunch, mom went home and I came home, did my stuff like I normally do through the day. And about 7 o'clock at night, I decided I'm going to get ready for bed, but I'm not going to take a shower. It's really weird that I don't take a shower at night. And in that case, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to take one. I'm just going to clean up. You know, I didn't do anything today. Not really, you know. And I was in the bathroom washing my face and getting my pajamas ready. And my phone started ringing. And I was like, oh, it's spam. Because up until this point, somebody had been spamming my phone every night between 7 and 7:30. And I was like, oh, God, it's spam. I know it's spam. So I looked at the phone anyway. Like something told me to look at. It was my mom calling me, and my heart dropped, and to my butt. It dropped to my butt, and I was like, she wouldn't be. My mom's not one of those people that just calls you for stuff. If she wants something, she'll text you or, you know, send you a Facebook message or something like that. And I answered it, and I just said hello, and my mom's was telling me, he's not breathing, you need to come over here, I have the ambulance on the way. So I just put my clothes right back on. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I put everything back on, and I just got in the car and I drove over there. And the whole way I'm thinking, I know he's not going to be there when I get there. He's not going to be, because my grandpa has always made it very clear to us, to every doctor, to every EMT person that's ever worked on him, every nurse, he has a DNR. And he's just like, I don't want to be resuscitated. If something happens to me, let me go. And so that's what they had to do in this case. And by the time I got there, they were waiting for the judge to come, and they were waiting for the coroner so they could mark a time of death, and they let us see him. I mean, my mom told me, she's like, she goes, it was really weird, really strange, really fast, because he had been acting normal. I mean, for him, what was going on. And she said she had given him dinner about an hour before that. He wanted a Tums. She gave him a Tums. He ate it. He crushed it up and ate it. He had birthday cake. He was going to watch the football game. Mom said they were talking. She got up to get her medicine from the kitchen table, which it's about 20 feet away. It's not even, I don't even want to say 20 feet away. It's not even that far. It's maybe like more close to 8. So she just went to get that, and she came back and put it on the kitchen counter, which his recliner and everything's like, it's not a small trailer, but it's like a small living room area where he has like the rocking chair and the recliner, and he's sitting in the recliner across from the counter in the kitchen. And she said she looked over and he had his head down, and she watched him for a minute thinking, oh, he fell asleep for a minute and he wasn't breathing. And she's like, it was just that fast. There was no like last death rattle sounds, or wasn't thrashing, there wasn't like choking or anything. He just went to sleep. And I think when you have that kind of stuff going on in your body, you have that kind of cancer, he had Parkinson's disease, he had diabetes, he had all kinds of stuff. And when you have that, I think the merciful way is definitely to just fall asleep and not wake up. So after that happened, I just kind of told myself, look, we have too much stuff going on. We have Grandpa's funeral. We have the trip. We went on our trip. I was not canceling that because Jay's dad's not doing very well either. And so we went on this trip, this long trip. And when I got back, I swear to you guys, I was so sick. And now Jay is getting sick. And it's just like, okay, so now I have to do lots of laundry. Once we're both feeling a little bit better, I have to do a lot of laundry. I have to get stuff set up here at the house. And like I said, if we find something that is available that is not $1 billion, like I know you guys are hearing $600 for a 3-bedroom trailer, but these trailers are not the best. These are trailers literally from like 1960, and they have everything in them from 1960, so no upgrades or anything really. But we're looking for something that we can either rent long term, or we can talk our landlord into eventually selling to us. In the meantime, though, I'm happy being in this apartment. I think you guys know that. It's a small apartment. It keeps me humble. It keeps us in check where it comes to, stuff, because otherwise, I mean, my gosh, I don't even know like how much stuff I would have in the house. I would have so much clutter everywhere. But I want to let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to be filming 3 videos back to back, so you see my janky fingernail polish. I'm going to be filming another bonus video, which will go up probably later on in the day after this one, and my budget with me, which will be very short and sweet. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your support. I finally reached 200 subscribers. I am so happy. Thank you to everybody that has ever subscribed to me, that has ever watched me, that has ever given me a minute of your time. I definitely appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.